What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and this is the BlackBerry KEYone, not the One Key. I keep calling it the One Key for some reason, I don't know why. But anyway, this is the KEYone, and fun fact, I've never actually covered a BlackBerry device on this channel before, and that's mainly because I just thought that not many people will be interested in it. But I was wrong, and a lot of you guys have been asking for coverage on the channel of the BlackBerry KEYone. So here it is. Let's get it unboxed and I'll tell you a bit more about it. So have a quick look at the box. Keyboard, we're going to be talking about this a lot, and that is the key feature of it. Anyway, so yeah, we've got this nice texture in the background of the BlackBerry logo. Quite like that. Secure smartphone. Some of the specs here, we'll be talking about those a little bit later. Let's pop it out here. Nice engraving here of the BlackBerry KEYone. This is totally overkill, completely. But how satisfying was that? Anyway, let's pop this top open. Feels really nice, the boxes. And there it is. So we're gonna pop this out and we'll leave this to the side for just a second while we see what else we get in the box. So should be the usual stuff. I believe this is the paperwork, SIM card ejector tool, quick start guide, and I think that's some safety information. And as well as that, you've got a power brick, and this does support quick charge 3.0. There's a cable which is USB type A to USB type C, and we also get some earphones, in-ear headset black. So let's just go ahead and take these out. So they are some BlackBerry branded earphones, look quite nice, and you get some earpieces with that too. Let's get rid of all of this and let's have a look at the device. So first things first, let's get rid of this I won't do that anymore, don't worry. And the back as well. And there is the BlackBerry KEYone. So in terms of the build itself, you've got a metal frame with Gorilla Glass 4 up front, and there's this sort of soft textured plastic at the back, which does give it a lot of grip. Feels pretty heavy. I think it's about 180 grams, so quite substantial in the hand. I like that it's curved on the sides because that does make it a little bit more comfortable to hold. So let's power this on and I'll talk you through some of the features. Now, the standout feature, not key feature, here is this physical keyboard. This is one of the very few devices with a physical keyboard. Now, there's a few key features, a few cool features of this keyboard. Firstly, the spacebar actually doubles up as a fingerprint scanner. It's in a quite accessible position, so whichever hand you're using it with, you're gonna be able to get to that quite quickly. And these keys are backlit, but they're also touch enabled. So what this means is that you can swipe left and right and scroll using just a keyboard. So you can just do that over the keyboard rather than having to reach all the way up to the screen. And you can also assign shortcuts to a lot of these keys. So for instance, if you press down on the I, that's gonna launch Instagram, F for Facebook, and you can customize these too. Now moving on to the display, it's quite interesting because it's 4.5 inches, but it's at a different aspect ratio to what we're used to. It's 3:2, and that gives it a resolution of 1080 by 1620. So think of it as a 1080p screen, but with some element of that cut off because of this aspect ratio. And the thinking behind the size of this is that the device is not too big. I remember one of the previous BlackBerries had like kind of like a slide out keyboard. So this is all physical here. And generally when you're using a lot of your apps, then you're not gonna have to take up any of that real estate with a keyboard. So this should still be quite usable for most situations. Up front, there's sensor, an earpiece, as well as an 8-megapixel front-facing camera. At the top is a 3.5mm headphone jack. That looks like a secondary mic. At the bottom, there's a USB Type-C connector, one speaker, as well as a microphone. So that's just there for symmetry. On the left-hand side is a power button. On the right-hand side is a SIM card tray. This also has space for a micro SD card, so you can expand the storage. You get 32 gigabytes here by default. There's a volume rocker, as well as this special key. Now this is called the BlackBerry convenience key, and you can assign this to one of many shortcuts. So for example, you can also launch Google Now with this just by pressing this button. Now moving on to the back, here is a large 12-megapixel camera. Now this has the same sensor as the Google Pixel. As you guys know, the Google Pixel was one of the best cameras last year, still is one of the best cameras about, but you've got a different lens and different image processing. One of the things that made the Google Pixel so great was the image processing, so it'll be interesting to see how this competes. If you do want to see a SuperSaf style camera comparison of this with another device, maybe the S8, the G6 or something, then definitely let me know in the comments, and if this video has enough attention, then I'll definitely look into doing that. There's a dual LED flash here, and then there's the BlackBerry logo, as well as this soft texture, which does give it some grip. Now in terms of the internals, we have the Snapdragon 625. We've not got the flagships such as the 835 or the 821, so this will be interesting to see how this performs. 3GB of RAM. And if you'd like to see a speed test of this with another device, then also let me know. And for the battery, you've got a 3505 mAh battery, so that's quite large. And considering the fact that this has a smaller than regular screen and also a low resolution compared to many of the devices, this should last you a very long time. And from what I'm hearing right now, this is very, very good when it comes to battery life. And you've also got the fast charging, so you can top it up quite quickly. There's Android version 7.1 here. For anybody that thinks that you might still have the BlackBerry interface, no, that's gone. This is fully fledged Android. You do have some BlackBerry features on here, however. And guys, that is the BlackBerry KEYone. What do you guys think of it? Drop me a comment below, let me know your thoughts. I think this is an interesting device. It's obviously not for everyone, but I think there is still a niche of people who still like a physical keyboard, and I think this is gonna definitely appeal to them. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications, because there's plenty more content coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV. I'll see you next time.